mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Goodbye, everybody, I've got to go, gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, when you do the fun, done go. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Magnifico. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from his monstrosity.
Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Build a wall, no, we will not let you go. Build a wall, we will not let you go. Build a wall, we will not let you go. Let me go, will not let you go. Let me go, will not let you go. Let me go. No. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has the devil put aside for me, for me, for me. So you think you can stone me and sing my life? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, can't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right around here.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Friday. We have much to talk about, but I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed because something incredible is happening. I am streaming on another platform, and that other platform is not Rumble. I am streaming on Kick, and I have one viewer watching me, but it's laggy for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Kick never has problems like that, so I don't know if there's something I got to do, but I am live on Kick with one viewer watching, which is me. I'm the only person watching me on Kick right now. So there you have it. I'm the only person that's watching me on Kick, which is laggy as shit for some reason, but we'll figure that out. But Dan Bass just dropped 20 gifted memberships in the chat. Hail to Dan Vask. I'm going to be nice to you, Dan, for once. That was nice, Dan. 20 gifted memberships is very nice, Dan. Dan probably only gave me that so I could show that he went mega viral on Twitter, which is all he's ever wanted out of life. So Dan went mega viral, and he probably wants me to talk about that. And so, of course, I'm going to. Dan had a tweet right here responding to this clown crying about capitalism. And Dan says, "No, you worthless commie psycho. This is my country, Brazil, a socialist shithole." 94,000 likes for Dan Vask. 94,000 likes. There it is. See? I told you, Dan, I would be looking out for you. I'd be looking out for you. There you go. Thank you so much, Dan. Hail to you, brother. Nah, seriously, that's an awesome tweet. I have 2 Kick viewers now. Let's freak. Holy crap, there's a lot of people in the chat now. Okay, never mind then. I guess there is a lot of people watching on Kick. Damn, look at that Kick chat go. All right. Hell yeah. But anyway, thank you, Dan. And Kate for 50 to start us out. Says, I needed a few days to process how awful Virginia is about to become with the supermajority led by a psychopathic AG. But then I cheered up after I got my promotion this week that led to a 3rd salary bump in 4 months, and the Dem voters are furlonged. Hey, look at there. Thank you, Kate, for the $50. Thank you, Kate. Well, I guess in honor of you, I will try to remember to do Sabaton as we close the show tonight. Deal? Is that a deal? Deal, Kate? Congratulations, for sure. Swanee says, ass tax, if you know, you know. I'm assuming that's what, is that ass? Is that what that is? It's probably some meme that I don't know about. Thank you for the 10. Appreciate you. The daily special for 10 says, I'm only 23 thrown plushies away from getting Ms. Kiff to sue me too. Please, chat, send Jeremy money to pay for my attorneys so I can reach my goal. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is next level grifting right here, okay? So he's asking you to send me money. Please, chat, send Jeremy money to pay for his attorney so he can reach his goal. I like this right here. This is good. This is damn good. I respect that a lot. Thank you so much. We got Z-Herd with 10 gifted memberships as well. Yeah, I don't know why Kick is so laggy. I don't know if I need to do something different or not. I just reconnected it to StreamYard, so it's just a test run. If it's not working good, don't worry about watching tonight. I'll fix everything, and we'll get it fired up. So, but I'm not sure what the problem is. It is very laggy. I don't know if there's anything I can do. It's very strange that it's acting like that. It doesn't act like that for anyone else. So, stream info, is there anything I can do to turn down maybe the settings or something like that? I don't know. Probably not. Studio VODs. Nope, there's nothing I can do from my perspective. So I'll work on it in the future. But I'll leave this stream going for now. If you guys want to stay in the chat, whatever. But I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, so let me catch up a few more. Lucifer says, will you read no. I will not be reading that autobiography. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alex Aroke says, Sweeney, Tuesday night's main event win, Meta PC code 199. Hell yeah. Let's see. Oh, and tonight is the final night. The final night for our Rippison merch for this campaign. Midnight, it's gone. We need to make a strong final push. All right. So if you want your merch, you've got to go over there tonight and get the merch. There is a link in the pinned post. You can go to geeksandgamers.com and get the link from there. Or you can get it from the chat, but make sure you go over there and check it out. And that stuff's going to be shipped out very soon. Vault 95 says, bailed on fat to be here. CobraCast more important. BC Man says Freedom Tunes made yet another Hassan video. Really? I'll have to check that out. By the way, mods, if you can make sure, I know that Cole Hauser wanted me to mention a channel of his the other day. He sent a couple super chats about that. So if you guys can drop that in DMs on Twitter, I want to give him a shout out tonight. It's been a long year for $1. Thank you. Zioni says, I am honestly worried. I felt like Trump's first term. It felt like Trump's first term. Again, bunch of panicking blocks the agenda. GOP loses the 2026 midterm. I would not recommend panicking over what we just saw in New York. I just wouldn't do it. A lot is going to change in the next year. Don't be a prisoner of the moment with what we saw with blue states going blue. That's all that happened. So I would not overreact to that at all. Your Barmy says Donald Trump was the headliner at Woodstock 1969. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure says watching EVS claim that the National Socialist German Workers' Party were never socialist was pretty dumb. I guess the Soviet Union were never commies. Let's see. Parker Homestead says Don who? Don 3PO. Babo Yogi says ban Dan Bask, no man bun song, commie POS. Sith Lord Maga says New York City is going to need a new crusade next year. Kate says I'll take it. Let's go. Swanee says ask Jay. Is that a J meme? Okay. Sly Rice says new tax code created by Jay. Ass tax confirmed. Is that what that is? Okay. All right. Janitor says Cobra la 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 la. Thoughts on Elise Stefanik running for governor of New York? Was that announced? I missed that if that was an announcement. Let's see here. Or is that just like a rumor? I mean, I know that she's been kind of rumored for stuff for doing that, but I haven't seen anything that's officially said she's going to. She made an ad. Oh, really? So she's going to be running as a Republican. I'm sure Trump will endorse her. Let me see if I can find this ad. Let's see. See if I can find it. Okay, 15 hours ago. Is this it right here? Kathy Hochul is the worst governor in America. Under her failed leadership, New York is the most unaffordable state in the nation. Okay. 2 minutes and 30 seconds? Let's go.
The Empire State has fallen.
People are just going crazy over the amount of taxes here.
There's no question, New York is facing an affordability crisis.
Escape from New York, the tax base has been fleeing the Empire State.
Top leaders in New York City say a wave of migrant crime has washed over the city. Foreign gang members terrorizing innocent New Yorkers.
Complete disregard for the law.
And Kathy Hochul's failed policies are to blame.
Worst governor in America.
Worst governor in America.
Worst governor in America.
Kathy Hochul made New York the most unaffordable state in the nation, crushing families with sky-high taxes, unaffordable rent, soaring energy costs, and record-high grocery bills. And cozied up to a defund the police, tax-hiking, anti-Semitic communist.
We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
I can hear you.
But from the ashes of Kathy Hochul's failed policies, New York will rise, like we always do. The spirit of the Empire State cannot be broken. All we need is a courageous leader, ready for the fight. Elise Stefanik will make New York affordable and safe.
I mean, it should be a slam dunk, but the problem is that so many people that would probably be supportive of her have moved out. No one's even there.
In New York, no matter if you're a Republican, Independent, or Democrat, enough is enough. We are the most unaffordable state in the nation because of single-party Democrat rule led by Kathy Hochul.
As a working mom, congresswoman, and fighter, Elise knows families need more help, and she'll make New York affordable. That's why she authored and passed the largest middle-class tax cut in New York's history. Letting working families keep more of their hard-earned money, Elise will reduce your energy, utility, and grocery bills. She fought woke insanity in our schools, stood proudly with law enforcement, championed small businesses, and will never back down from fighting for New York.
Kind of sounds like a movie ad. Movie narrator.
Families. With everything on the line, we need someone who will deliver results and make New York affordable and safe for families and small businesses to not just survive, but thrive. Elise Stefanik will clean up Kathy Hochul's catastrophe and restore New York's greatness. Elise Stefanik for governor. It's time.
The ad's a little like meh. You know, so I don't know. I'm not really it's okay. I mean, obviously anything's better than Kathy Hochul, but and Trump will fully endorse her and everything like that. So I guess we'll see, but I had not seen that. I had not seen that. What I did see is John freaking Murdoch for a 50 says A55 tax or ass tax. Is this what we need to pay to get APL? No. That will be 50 gifted memberships, John freaking Murdoch. Or I'll accept a proper 199. I see Jay's in the chat. Jay, your meme is taking off. What's up, Willie Will? I see you in the chat. But that's the whole thing. I don't know how many people have left New York that would have otherwise voted for her. I have no idea. But that would be my question is like, how many actual like Republicans or right-leaning people have left New York? And they're all coming to Florida, unfortunately. And again, I keep saying Florida's a terrible place. You don't want to live in Florida. You don't want anything to do with Florida. It's a bad, bad place. Stay away. But do you know who we listen to around here? We listen to Willie Will with a proper 199. He says nothing. He says absolutely nothing. And I see people in the chat are saluting Willie Will. We're going to do a double celebration because you get Sydney Sweeney, someone we will be talking about tonight. We all like when Sydney Sweeney shows up. We're all happy when she shows up. It makes everyone feel very good when she shows up. And then, of course, double feature. Only if people go buy stuff from our merch store. Double feature. Boom. Anna Paulina Luna in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Because that's how we celebrate. A proper live stream. A proper live stream indeed. Thank you, Willie Will, for... Oh, crap, I put it on a loop. I didn't mean to put it on a loop, but I'm sure no one's going to get upset that it's on a loop. So I guess you got twice. You got it twice, chat. An A55. A55 right there. Thank you, Jay. You got to explain this one to me, Jay. I got to understand how this whole thing happened. Z-Herb says the only communism that Jeremy accepts is gifted memberships. Malice the Devil says, need help for my YouTube channel, The Middleman Channel. I'll check it out. The Tinhead says, I'm happy to report I got a new job as a 3D printing technician. Just wanted to say thanks for you and the Snake Pit for keeping me in good spirits. Hey, that's awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's awesome, man. Keep us posted, man. Tommy says, Jeremy, Israel reimburses all super chats. Try it. Eric K says, 200 days Trump in office. Cash and Bondi have done lots of talking. Will they actually do anything? I know Bondi's done a lot of talking, and she's annoyed the hell of a lot of people. I would say, hang on. The Supreme Court has declared an emergency order temporarily halting full SNAP benefit payments for November following a request from the Trump administration. Top comment, are children going to go hungry? Fucking people. There it is. Boom. Trump continues to get dub after dub after dub. So that just broke, apparently. That just broke. Let me see if there's any more updates on this. All right, is my Kick stream still lagging, by the way? Kick chat, are we still lagging over there? Because so I'm going to end it now. It's probably something to do with the way I've got it connected to StreamYards. So let me know if the Kick chat is still, if the stream is still lagging. I'll just end that stream and have to restart it. Samurai Vader says I'm good. It's okay currently. All right, nope, we're good. Okay, it's probably just had to. It's been a year probably since I streamed over there. So. Okay, did you call me a boomer? Why would you call me a boomer? Why would you do that? That hurts. Hang on, what is this right here? Democrats are now fuming that the Supreme Court ruled President Trump can't just dish out SNAP funds until Congress funds the governments for now. Hang on.
I do want to let you know we are just getting word into us here at CNN that the Supreme Court has now weighed in, granting President Trump's emergency appeal, so to temporarily halt the judge's order that the administration pay full SNAP benefits. David, we heard from you on that one. You know, you said that they should follow. Congressman, what do you make of this from the court?
Well, look, I think those SNAP benefits.
So listen.
I think those SNAP benefits. I think those SNAP benefits.
I do.
They always love the Supreme Court until the Supreme Court says something they don't like, and then suddenly start crying about it. So it's pretty fantastic. This was the other day, and I don't love this. I don't love hearing this, but this is Elon Musk about long-term AI.
Even today, you've mentioned, though, that in a post-scarcity world, the role of money could diminish or become obsolete. Mm-hmm. Given that much of today's power, including yours, is tied to wealth, do you think achieving this abundance would require powerful people to relinquish their power? And how might we address resistance from those who hold power to make this vision a reality?
Well, I mean, I think actually, long-term, the AI is going to be in charge, to be totally frank, not humans. If artificial intelligence vastly exceeds the sum of human intelligence, it is difficult to imagine that any humans will actually be in charge. So
that's downright terrifying. Long term, if you couldn't hear it because the audio's a little low, long term AI is going to be in charge. To be totally frank, not humans. So we just need to make sure the AI is friendly. That is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. He literally just described Skynet. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. It does feel like AI is unstoppable, man. Like right now, like if you would have been, I don't know, if you would have been put in a coma for, I don't know, since the 90s, okay? And then you just magically wake up. You would not be able to comprehend the things that are going on. I mean, hell, even to this day, like, I have family members who truly do not understand what I do. They don't get the internet. They don't even understand people make money on the internet. It makes no sense to them. They don't even comprehend it. And they live in this time and they've been through it, but they just don't get it. But like for me, like I can't understand crypto. I have no idea anything about crypto. I see these crypto bros talking about crypto and I'm like, I don't understand crypto at all. I'm not even going to pretend that I understand crypto. So you just like say you're frozen for 10 years and you wake up in 10 years. Could you imagine what this world's going to look like? with the advancement of AI and how fast and rapid it is going, it's going to be pretty scary, to say the least. So, I don't know, man. Does anyone understand crypto? Honestly, I'm starting to wonder that, because crypto bros talk about crypto in such a vague way, but they make you think that they know what's going on, and it makes me think I don't know what's going on. But the reality of it is, does anyone actually understand crypto? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe nobody understands it, and they just talk about it like a car salesman. They just bullshit their way through it. Let me see. Didn't I have a crypto ad on Daily today? Probably. I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I just said I don't understand it. Isn't crypto Superman's dog? Last super chat until Lady Aaron plays Mario Kart. Does Lady Aaron want to play Mario Kart? All AI must go. I'm sorry, man. I don't think that's going to happen. Baba Yogi says ban Jay until he finishes books 3 and 4. Ben Hardwick says NYC is going to be epic. I am looking forward to the shit show. I don't feel sorry for them. They live in the USA. They have options. They can move. It's going to be crazy. Bird Up for 10 says not all New Yorkers are going to Florida. A lot of them moved up to Maine, and they're largely the reason we have a governor who is so stupid. She thought a 9 p.m. curfew would solve COVID. Jeez. John freaking Murdoch says, first, we need to make sure that AI stops making stuff up. Yeah. And it does that a lot. And people think it's true. People will use an AI response to something, and they're just like, oh, well, it's true because AI told me. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. But that's the narrative that they like to run with. So, okay, it does look like Kick is holding up good. So, and yeah, I'll probably just make that my my secondary stream. Fuck Rumble. So, but yeah, I'll probably just do that for now, because I know some people like an alternative, and I like to try to give people an alternative. But I'm just done with Rumble's bullshit, at least on the D-Day Cobra side. For now, anyway, we'll see what happens. But I'm not really interested in doing anything with them, even if they did offer us anything. It's a principle of the matter at this point. What the hell? Chick-fil-A has launched their first ever vending machine that operates 24 hours a day, but it shuts down on Sundays. Wow. I don't know if I would trust that. I'm not sure I would trust this. Chick-fil-A launched their first ever vending machine. It operates 24 hours a day, but it shuts down on Sunday. I respect that they stick to their guns on that, and they're shutting down on Sunday. But I'm not sure. Like, could you imagine that? Like, I'm not. That'd be weird, man. That'd be weird. But I guarantee you, it's going to be hugely successful. No matter where I go in the country, no matter where I'm at, Chick-fil-A always has a line around the building, no matter what. It's always the busiest place. And I'm okay with Chick-fil-A. I think the best thing about Chick-fil-A is that they almost always have good service. The food is fine. It's okay. But they're always busy as hell. Bumblebee says that's getting broken into. It will be interesting to see. Mello, thank you for the gifted membership over on Rumble. Appreciate that. I guess you can do super chats on Rumble, or not Rumble, fucking Kick. Somebody said Rumble in the chat. So, Kick. So, gifted membership on Kick. And I guess you can do gifted memberships or super chats on Kick now, I think. So, service is great. Food is fine. Service is, I will die on the hill to say that there might not be a better, more consistent establishment in the United States of America than Chick-fil-A's service. So There might not be a better consistency across the board. So like I said, when you're on a road trip and you stop and say there's a Burger King, a McDonald's, and a Chick-fil-A, which one's going to give you the best service? You already know the answer. Consistently, it's Chick-fil-A. I can't tell you how many times I've walked to a random McDonald's while I'm on a road trip and I just turned around and walked out. I'm like, nope. It's real easy. You just walk in and you're like, nope. And you walk out. And you're like, none of these people are touching my food. I will go to Chick-fil-A because they will do it best. So, let me see. Okay. That's an interesting one, though. A Chick-fil-A vending machine. I'm interested to see how that one works. Interesting that we had this right here, and I don't know how many of you saw this, but Megyn Kelly actually had Ben Shapiro on her show, and it got a little intense. Okay. Megyn Kelly and Ben Shapiro talking about Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes. And I thought it got a little intense. So Ben is really emotional over this topic. So it's worth watching, though.
In the same position as the left wing that has embraced.
Okay, so that's why I want to get into it. Embraces.
Yes.
So now, having spoken to Tucker, I actually see that interview very differently. And I did listen to the interview, and I knew what Nick Fuentes was. And I think he did show himself to be who he is. It wasn't his most vile stuff, but you got the feel for what this guy was. But I really think Tucker was talking to him, Ben, to put like a bumper on this guy. Because what Tucker was urging him the whole time was to understand that collective punishment for any one group of people is wrong. It's deeply immoral, and it's anti-Christian, which this guy is supposed to be, and reminding him of how deeply immoral that is, that you should not be looking at a group of people, whomever it is. The left does it to everyone, whites mostly, but like this collective shame, white men in particular. And there's a group of people like Nick Fuentes that does it to groups of Jews. And he was making the case throughout the whole interview in the way that Tucker does. He's not like you or me. He's not like pointed and cross-examining.
That is not true.
And was making...
That is fundamentally untrue.
No.
Senator Ted Cruz whether that is true.
He gave it to Ted Cruz because Ted Cruz is a politician.
That's hold up. So only politicians get cross-examined?
You don't. Well, look,
Truly?
It depends on the person.
Tucker would never cross-examine a person who is not a politician. That's his rule.
Okay, so let me chime in really quick. I can only be... Listen, I don't like Ben Shapiro at all. I like Megyn Kelly. Great personality. I think that you can have a valid argument that Tucker didn't really challenge Fuentes in his discussion. I think you can have that take 100%. But I haven't seen him do that. Like he picks and chooses who he wants to challenge, but like he's famous for that Ted Cruz situation. So I think there's a valid discussion that Tucker did not challenge Fuentes at all. I'm not saying it bothered me personally, but it's a valid criticism of that interview.
Tucker has excoriated public figures who purport to speak for us and represent us for many years. Nick Fuentes is a podcaster civilian.
Okay, I just have a question. We all in our industry are constantly excoriating people who are in our industry. It happens all the time, every single day.
Okay.
Again,
but we're talking about his interviews.
We can agree to disagree on your interpretation of what Tucker was doing there. I think.
Well, I mean, Ben, you had a conversation with Donald Trump when he was running for president, and you've said a lot of terrible things about Donald Trump over the years. I don't remember Ben Shapiro bringing those things up in his multiple interviews with President Trump. Why didn't you bring up his misogynistic comments? Why didn't you bring up all of those things that you accused Trump of? Now, I know that he's since, pulled back on all of those things that he said about Trump, but why didn't you do it when you were sitting with Trump? I'm just using his logic against him is all I'm doing.
Everybody should watch and determine for themselves what they think Tucker was doing in that interview, and I urge you to watch it back to back with the Ted Cruz interview to determine whether you think that was an aggressive Tucker Carlson interview, and you can judge for
I
yourself.
didn't say it was aggressive.
My opinion.
I didn't say it was aggressive, and I don't think he would say it was aggressive.
And I think
his point was, this guy, first of all, he's become a behemoth, sadly. He's got 5 million viewers on Rumble. He's got 1 million followers on X.
I agree.
This is all before.
Where does she get he has 5 million viewers on Rumble? I heard her say that multiple times. She said Fuentes has 5 million subscribers and another one. Let's see. Nick Fuentes on Rumble. Let's see here. Nick Fuentes on Rumble has 489,000 followers. Where does she get 5 million? Like he's got a massive following, but I don't know where 5 million comes from.
It was aggressive. And I think his point was, this guy, first of all, he's become a behemoth, sadly. He's got 5 million viewers on Rumble. He's got 1 million.
Let's be real. 5 million viewers on Rumble means about 500,000. Because Rumble's numbers are bullshit.
Followers on X.
I agree.
This is all before Tucker Carlson. And he was platformed, I hate that verb, but he was platformed by Patrick Bet-David. And he went on Dave Smith's show, and he went on another big show. He's been getting more and more purchase in the political ecosphere, including right wing.
And I think that's
Patrick
bad.
Bet-David has a huge show. I know, but
Patrick
did you know
Bet-David
that Patrick Bet-David had him on? Did his life blow up?
Patrick Bet-David did a significantly more aggressive interview with Nick Fuentes than Tucker did.
Okay, but my point is simply,
maybe a little more. I mean, he may have challenged Nick on a couple of different things, but it was a pretty decent discussion. It wasn't, Pastor Bet-David did not go after him. So it gets a little more intense between these two.
he's growing. He's growing in stature. And so what I saw Tucker do was not whitewash his ideas, but try to put bumpers up on the guy. I know Tucker well, and I think that was his approach. And the way, if you want to put a bumper up on Nick Fuentes, is it helpful to say, you're fucking vile, you're an anti-Semite?
Yes.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it
that
is.
doesn't put a...
Yes, it
no,
is.
it isn't. That makes
Yes,
the
it
audience feel good because you have hand-to-hand combat, but it doesn't help change that guy's view or his extremeness at all.
Okay, I'll tell you what doesn't change Nick Fuentes' view. Tucker Carlson, with his arm around Nick Fuentes, grinning for the camera, while Nick Fuentes tweets out America first, and then triumphantly goes on the air the next day to explain that he has essentially used Tucker Carlson as a vehicle for manipulating other people. Okay, that's what Nick Fuentes is saying, not me, Nick Fuentes. Okay, and Nick Fuentes, and by the way, I will again say that Tucker Carlson, when you say to somebody in an interview, do you condemn anti-Semitism? And then the person says, sure, which is what Nick Fuentes said. He said, I'm not an anti-Semite, which is blatantly untrue. Yeah. A responsible journalist would then follow up, demonstrating that that is false. Tucker did not do that. He allowed him to get away with that, and then he allowed him to talk about, quote-unquote, organized Jewry, followed by Nick Fuentes being treated to a disquisition by Tucker Carlson about why Christian Zionists of all human beings on earth are the people that he hates the most.
He took that back.
You can't take that back. How do you take that back?
He did.
How?
Because he went, he spoke to...
Dude, Ben is so mad right now. He is so mad.
Then he should explain why it was wrong. He should explain why Christian Zionists are actually wonderful people.
Tucker is very quick to self-flagellate, and he went on with Dave Smith the next day, the next week, whatever, Monday, Tuesday this week, and said, that was stupid. I didn't mean that. He said, I'm angry at people like Lindsey Graham. I'm angry at people like Ted Cruz because he thinks they run headfirst in these conflicts and they don't think about what's going to happen to American kids.
Hold up. If we're talking about firing inside the tent, everything Lindsey Graham, okay, and I'm not a huge Lindsey Graham fan. He votes with the President of the United States 100% of the time, and Tucker spent yesterday's show excoriating him as a psychosexual death worshiper. Does that...
Sign me up. Let's go. Tucker Carlson, let's go. You think anybody's going to be upset at Tucker Carlson for saying that?
Okay, and I'm not a huge Lindsey Graham fan. He votes with the President of the United States 100% of the time, and Tucker spent yesterday's show excoriating him as a psychosexual death worshiper. Does that sound like firing outside the tent?
Ben, you're the guy that turned on Trump the moment you thought DeSantis was going to be the guy to take the nomination. You and the Daily Wire fully backed DeSantis. Y'all went all in on DeSantis, essentially stabbing Trump in the back after Trump had everyone going after him, indictments, raids at Mar-a-Lago, arresting his business partners, and you guys all backed DeSantis, and it blew up in your faces. You have no loyalty whatsoever, Ben Shapiro. None.
Say I'm not offended.
Again, the questions that I'm asking here, I'm not asking you to do anything, Megan.
No, I know.
Okay,
I know.
I'm not.
Our beef is not with each other.
I'm not, okay? When I draw a line with regard to what I believe Tucker Carlson is doing to the conservative movement and what he is fomenting, that is because that is my info, and everyone can make their own decision as to whether they think that I am right or whether I am wrong and where they choose to draw the line with regard to the conservative movement. The question for me is always whether somebody's statements are forwarding moral values that I think are worthwhile. I did not get into this business for the money or for the clicks. You didn't either.
Neither did he.
How much money is Ben Shapiro worth right now, you think? How much you think he's worth? Ben, if this job paid you what I made in retail, you wouldn't be fucking doing it. Fuck off, Ben Shapiro, with your lies and bullshit. You 100% are doing this for the money. Don't give me this bullshit. It's a multi-million-dollar job. And you are a millionaire more times than I can fucking count. Why do you think Ben Shapiro, hang on just a fucking minute, okay? Hang on. Let's go over to Ben fucking Shapiro's YouTube channel, okay? Ben Shapiro's YouTube channel, okay? Ben Shapiro. Here's Ben's YouTube channel, okay? You think Ben Shapiro's uploading all of this shit? Can you finish the movie quote with Ben Shapiro? I'm sure Ben Shapiro just sat down and put all this production together because of his love of movies. I'm sure he spends all the time on these thumbnails because he's not in it for the fucking money. I'm sure he re-uploads his Ben Shapiro destroys college student videos that get millions of views because he's not in it for the fucking money. Fuck off with your lies and bullshit, Ben Shapiro. Do you think Ben Shapiro's making all of this shit if he's not getting paid for it? Seriously. Does anybody believe that? Nobody believes this shit. Nobody. But he didn't do it. He's not doing it for the money, guys.
What was that?
Neither did he.
I mean, he may not have. That's fine. I certainly did not. I'm only going to speak for myself. And what that means for me is that if I see somebody breach basic moral values by having on a Nazi, and in my own view, you can take your own view, in my own view, gloss the Nazi, then I'm going to speak out about that, and I'm going to point out that there is a long pattern of him ideologically laundering terrible ideas over the course of the last 2 years, ranging from traveling to Russia to sniff the bread and explain why the Russian regime is actually wonderful, to saying last week that the Venezuelan regime of Nicolas Maduro is actually not that bad because they're being attacked by, in his words, globo homo.
Tucker's made the point, I'm not going to here to be Tucker's defender, but he's made the point that Maduro is culturally conservative.
Who gives a shit? The guy's a communist dictator. Everyone in his country is eating dog. He's shipping fentanyl to the United States to kill Americans. Why do I give a shit whether he's anti-LGBTQ rights? This is the number one thing about Nicolas Maduro? You know how far down the list you have to get before you can get to anything remotely recommendable about Nicolas Maduro?
I did ask him yesterday about the criticism that he didn't give Nick Fuentes a hard time, right? He didn't bring up the stuff that we were talking about. No, he didn't. And here's what he said. It seemed to think that we've way overstated the number of Jews killed in the Holocaust. He's ripped on poor Usha Vance in the most offensive terms. Which I mean, so what do you say to those people? Say, why didn't you raise any of that?
You know, do your own interview the way that you want to do it. You're not my editor. Buzz off. I mean, I don't know. You want to go yell at Nick Fuentes? I'll give you his cell. Call him and go sit and yell at him and feel virtuous or whatever. That's up to you.
Dude, Megyn Kelly. Again, Megyn Kelly is a top tier journalist. She knows what she's doing. All right. That's 100%. Like, that's a gotcha on Ben Shapiro. That is her basically putting Ben Shapiro in a position to go, why don't you just talk to Nick Fuentes if you have such a problem with him? That's 100% what she's doing. It's kind of like, man, you guys are supposed to be friends and you put him in that spot. I mean, it's funny, but it's exactly what she's doing.
I agree with him. I agree with him. I agree with him. He did the interview that he wanted to do for a reason.
Oh, he's
Here's the other
mad.
thing I want to say.
He is so mad. You can see it. He is pissed.
Wanted to do for a reason.
Here's the other thing I want to say. We all have different approaches in this industry, and there's been a lot that people in podcasting have said that I disagree with, including many of the names that we've discussed tonight.
I mean, we disagree too. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
of course.
But, I mean, yes, rarely, but sometimes we do. But my own personal approach, generally when it's someone who's on what I consider to be my side, the side of sanity.
And this is the entire question, is whether I consider Tucker Carlson to be on my side.
I get it. But I would just say, just for the record, my own general approach, and this is my audience here, so they know, is in general, I will take on a position and I will make clear how I feel. For example, I've been asked, and some of my audience is mad at me for this, but what do you think happened to Charlie Kirk? And I believe a man named Tyler Robinson shot and killed Charlie Kirk. I believe he was influenced by trans Tifa, radical trans activists, that he fell in with a lunatic that goes by Lance Twiggs, that guy was extremely radical, and that he and possibly a band of others convinced this guy that violence was the answer. And I believe others knew about it before Charlie was killed. That's what I believe. And until you can show me cold, hard proof that it was something other than that, that's what I'm going with. And I don't want to do or say anything that will jeopardize the FBI investigation and prosecution of that guy to make sure he spends the rest of his life either behind bars or on the wrong end of a firing squad. But so I feel like I can make these points without attacking people who generally are on my side in fighting the deranged leftists who are killing us.
But my point is,
I generally agree with what she's saying, and I've kind of said that for a long time in terms of my sphere. It's just like, if you're against woke Hollywood and identity politics in our entertainment and all that stuff, then there's no need for us to have a pissing contest. So I generally agree with what she's saying.
So 2 points. One, you have to define your side. You do. There are limits to the
All
side.
the people who don't want to kill others based on their political ideology.
So I would agree with that, except for the fact that, as you showed, Nick Fuentes wants to kill others based on their political ideology.
He's not on my side. He's not with me.
My point is that Tucker treated him as though he was on his side.
And I see it differently. I think he did an exploratory interview where there was a possible attempt to put a bumper up on this guy.
I think that we don't have to go over ground that we've already covered. We can agree to disagree on that, and everyone can make up their own mind after going and watching the interview yourself.
Let's be blunt.
Interesting discussion, and I think that we may be heading towards a Shapiro-Tucker debate at some point. I think that might happen. We'll see. It seems like Megyn Kelly wants to try to make that happen, but I feel like we could be heading towards a Shapiro-Tucker debate. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I feel like Shapiro would probably get the better of him. I think Shapiro would get the better of Tucker in a debate. I think he would. Look at there. We got legalize adulthood for a proper 199. IDF, IDOT Defense Force Whale Unit 199 reporting in with freshly minted greenbacks. Control plus P goes burr. For your grifting pleasure. You think I do this because I like it? There's a 3D printed man thing pointed at my head and Jeremy holds the remote trigger LFG. That one went places I was not sure where we were going to end up. I just read the words as I went. I had no idea. So good job on that one. Thank you, Legalize Adulthood. And with 20 gifted memberships, thank you again, you mad lad. Legalize Adulthood is a nut, dude. I swear. We got to celebrate again. Another proper 199. I mean, there's only one way to celebrate when you get a proper 199. I don't make up the rules. This is how it goes. Okay? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens here. 1, 2, 3, and...
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming, and now it's turned around. It turns around, and it's coming, and it's gonna. I said, oh, because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's. Oh.
Oh man, we've got a huge SJW. I'm gonna cue it because this is exactly what we're about to see right here.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald. On the shoulder. You adjust the microphone as you told, man. With a gracious aid.
Okay. Breaking news. It was Ketanji Brown Jackson who ruled for President Trump at the Supreme Court. Oh my goodness. Massive liberal meltdown about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. They are going to freak out over that. They are, bro, you want to say some gamer words? Liberals are going to be calling her a lot of names right now. Oh. It's going to be bad. Woo! This is glorious. This is glorious. Oh my goodness, man. They are going to be pissed. Woo! Get ready. I'm sure we'll see a bunch of reaction. Can't wait. Look how they treat Clarence Thomas, you know? All these people that talk about how much they want diversity and all of that. So we'll get back to that, but in the meantime, we have typical liberal meltdowns because after Sydney Sweeney's viral moment, look what they're calling her now. This tweet has 86,000 likes calling Sydney Sweeney a white supremacist. Why are they calling Sydney Sweeney a white supremacist? All because she answered like this.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
And that's it. And that's it. Hey, I saw Liberty Prime in my chat. Hey, Liberty Prime, how you doing? Liberty Prime, how you doing? Hadn't seen you in a while. But someone sent me a screenshot of you in another chat where I guess somebody was bitching about my 199 meme. And you said, yeah, that 199 meme was gay. You had Liberty Prime 199 as your name once the 199 meme started. Yet when somebody else was talking about it, you pretended like you hated the 199 meme. That's pretty interesting. I just thought it was interesting. Just noticed it. I thought that was pretty interesting. You're like, yeah, man, that 199, it was so gay. But yet, you had Liberty Prime 199 as your name for like months after the 199 meme started. Hey, listen, you're good to do whatever you want. I just thought it was funny. I saw the screenshot and I was like, where's this from? I was like, really? Interesting. Okay, cool. Anyway, If you love the 199, you can head right over to Rip-a-Send and get yourself a 199 t-shirt, a Geeks and Gamers hat, a CobraCast t-shirt, or an online original. That's how you sell right there. Anyway, it's all good, man. I'm not mad at you. I just had to use you. I just had to use you to get a little grifting going. You know how it is. Grifting ain't easy, man. Back to Sydney Sweeney, though. Mad Frog says, I like 199 specifically because Ryan hates it. You know, if that was a selling point, the problem is Ryan hates everything. So, yeah, you know, Ryan hates everything. Dude, I'm all about shit talking. Like today, somebody on Twitter, one of our followers, I didn't know he was a follower, but he, as long as you respond, like, right, okay. So this is a clip from Fortnite, all right? Clip where Jay talking shit and then he gets knocked. So right here.
I won't take that. That's very tough.
Jay, I had to run, Jay. Cars.
Never doubt me again, Billy.
Did you?
Never mind.
So Jay gets knocked after he tells this guy, never doubt me again, Billy, and then somebody shoots him.
Never doubt me again, Billy.
Did you?
Never mind.
All right, so somebody responds says, God, I hate everything about this game. And I said, I might play again tonight just because of this comment. And he says, damn it, it's Battlefield, Jeremy. Okay, at least play a Snake Eyes if you have to. I'm like, good response, sir. Good response. Shit talking is all I care about, man. Just shit talk me back and we're going to be friends. So that's all that matters to me. So a good sarcastic response, always a good thing as far as I'm concerned. But Laughing Havern for 20 says a lot of people are just done with the Republican Party. In a sense, they promised a lot of things, but are not delivering them. And Ben Shapiro and others like him are really pushing people away. We want America first. And then part 2 says a lot of them are just putting Israel first, not saying all, but a lot of young people want to be able to afford a home and what the words I have left the American dream, but it seems that goal is just not there. I don't know what that last part was where you said, and what in the words, but I understood the gist of both super chats. Listen, man, we can, I like to acknowledge things beyond mine or anyone else's perspective that I think everyone should be able to accept. So the way that I look at this is like, whether you are on the side of supporting Israel or the side of disliking Israel or whatever, or maybe you're on the side of you don't care, which is where I'm at. I think that everyone needs to acknowledge that the pro-Israel message is failing at an alarming rate right now. Whether you support them or not is irrelevant from the discussion that I'm having right now. The pro-Israel message and the people that are pushing the pro-Israel message are failing miserably. And that needs to be acknowledged on a wide scale because it is fucking horrendous. I'm not sure I've ever seen a worse PR campaign. It's horrible. Now, you can say, well, it's being pushed by X, Y, or Z. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where that negative messaging is coming from. You, on the side of the pro-Israel side, are failing to counter it. Not only are you failing to counter it, you actually make it worse every time you talk about it. And I think that's what's leading to it. So like when Ted Cruz talks about how much he loves Israel, he's actively making things worse. When Randy Fine, is that his name? When he talks about Israel, he makes things worse. When Ben Shapiro talks about Israel, he makes things worse. None of them make things better. They only make things worse. And that's going to continue until someone figures that out, but it's bad. And Netflix Yahoo is a horrible representative. No one likes it when he's trying to cozy up to American podcasters and go on their show and controlling the narrative. And it's really obvious that none of them actually have a true back and forth with him. It seems like when he is on with any American podcasters, they are not there to challenge him or question him or anything. They're just simply there to sit back and let him say what he wants. And people see that. So it's just, I think those things need to be acknowledged, regardless of where you stand on the topic. Their optics are fucking horrendous. See where we're at. Ladybug says 855 and 808 to 8008 tax for Jeremy or for Jay. So ass and boob tax. Ass and boob tax. It's been a long year since the Vivek is running for governor. Well, yeah, he's been running for governor, but Trump endorsed him today. So Babo Yogi says ban Jessica until she cooks real meat. Tay says, Don 3PO, 855 tax. Tommy says, I'm worried about the midterms 2028, seeing the demographic of young right-wingers against the establishment pro-Israel right-wingers, which includes MAGA. It's pretty ugly. You're not wrong about that. Captain JP says, crazy 855 Rebellion podcast this morning. Fantastic Knox says, here's a question. Why most of these people on food benefits are so chubby and round, yet they keep crying, poor me, I've no food. I hate to make a generalization, but people that are relying on the government to give them their housing and their food are lazy as fuck. So that's not surprising that the people that are generally reliant upon the government giving them housing and food, it's not surprising that they're fat and lazy, because that's just who they are. I mean, the bottom line is like, there's exceptions to the rule all over the place. And this is the thing that the left tries to do. The left tries to bring exceptions to the rule when you basically say, like, here's what's going on. And they go, well, what about this? Or what about that? It's like, yeah, that's an exception to the rule, you piece of shit. And the reality of it is that's why those systems are in place, for the exceptions to the rule. But fat pieces of shit have manipulated the system and abused the system to the point where people like us are calling it out. And because of you lazy pieces of shit, the people that actually could use those benefits, they're the ones that are going to be harmed by you being a fat loser, not wanting to get up and do something for yourself. And they love to play the victim on that. Joe Bit says, no BS, Tron Ares is fucking dope. It's not woke. Let Gary know. He'd love to hear that. Blaine from Criticless agrees with you, though. Go over to Criticless. Blaine needs some support over there. Sherry Allen says, Tennessee governor issued a statement inviting New Yorkers to come here. No, the entire South is full. Tennessee is full of Californians. Did the Tennessee governor do that? Why would you do that? Tennessee is beautiful. Dude, Tennessee mountains are ill. It's beautiful there. I was just in Chattanooga, Tennessee last month. I think it was last month. And man, it was beautiful there. The last thing you want is a bunch of fucking New Yorkers. Man, we stopped at a pizza joint. It was on a Friday, so it was the day before college football, and you could just feel like the energy in the air, you know? I'm an Alabama fan, so of course I knew they didn't like me very much. But then there was a girl working at the pizza place who had an Alabama shirt on. I'm like, okay, we're not in total enemy territory right now. But yeah, okay. So yeah, maggot, vomit. Memphis. You can have Memphis. You can have Memphis. I will not go anywhere near Memphis, Tennessee. All right. I ain't going nowhere near Memphis. So, yeah, it's rough. Captain JP says, throw the AI out the airlock. Gar Bear 199 says, work at Publix, probably going to get robbed because no EBT. Be safe, brother. Be safe. Tommy says, worried Trump losing U.S. voters by focusing on foreign policy. that doesn't affect U.S. citizens. 2028 election. Example, Israel, Ukraine aid. Rubio Vance doubled down while young right-wingers aren't buying it. This is a valid concern. I do think this is an extremely valid concern. And what I hope is, I do hope that over the next, 12 months that Donald Trump focuses on domestic and not foreign. The problem is he is more focused. He's just historically been more focused on the foreign stuff. And I don't like it. I want him to focus on what we need here. And if he does, I will say this right now. If he doesn't lock in and focus on domestic over these next 12 months, we're going to be in trouble for 2026. With that said, I firmly believe he will do just that. He knows what he's doing. I trust Trump. So I'm not overly worried about that. But in the hypothetical sense that we're here, yes, if in fact he continues to worry about foreign affairs, foreign policy, this is going to be a problem. I don't think that's going to happen. Mikey MJ says, in all fairness, I was sitting in front of Megan. If I was sitting in front of Megan, I'd be as awkward as Ben. Also, Jeremy, you have some... Not saying it. This is why I have to read ahead. No, I'm not reading that. But that was close, all right? That was close. Look at there. Love Dogs. $20. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you here. Hail to you. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Andrew CR says, can I just send you money? I don't want to be friends with the gays. Thank you so much. Kate says, while I did order an IDOT and CobraCast t-shirt today, I may have ordered as is you're boring too. That's what's up. That's okay. I completely endorse that. I can't wait to see you guys rocking these shirts and hats, man. It's going to be awesome. And the next one, wait. I don't know. Hang on. Let me see when we're launching the next one. When are we launching? So I got so many people working on things now that I don't even have permission to do stuff anymore. So I have to ask for permission. Wait till you see what we're doing for our next campaign drop, for our next merch drop. I'm not revealing it yet. I'm not, Jess. I don't know when. Do you know when we're supposed to? Hang on, I'm about to get my answer right now. Hang on. This is how you delegate. Finally, Jeremy's not in charge of all decisions at G&G anymore. Finally delegating. All right, hopefully sometime next week. So we're trying to finalize the design. So hopefully early next week, I'm going to assume. Boy, you guys are going to go crazy over this one. So, Ministry of Wrong Things, remember how the left were burning Cybertrucks, mocking Tesla stock, saying Elon was causing their downfall? Last night, 75% plus of Tesla shareholders voted to give Elon $1 trillion payout deal, winning. And this is how you know that the left is so controlled. Like, remember how much they were targeting Elon? And I do think, I think Elon and Trump definitely had a falling out. I absolutely believe that. But I also think that there was some strategy involved with Elon stepping away from Trump, because it's clearly taken a ton of heat off of Elon Musk. And look at how they treated him. And now, they still hate Elon and all that, but they don't go after him and target him like they were. They absolutely are not targeting him in the same way. Shadow Sand says, oh no, how am I ever going to stop AI? Let's see. Babo Yogi says, last super chat until Lady Aaron plays Mario Kart. Well, first of all, it's Mario Kart with a K. All right. Dan says, watching G.I. Joe 1 right now because of you. Well, that's awesome. When you say G.I. Joe 1, though, what do you mean by that? Are you watching the Real American Hero? Are you watching the live action movie? Are you watching the animated movie? Specify what G.I. Joe you're watching. Slain Hope says, I understand it and I'm retarded. What's your excuse? I'm from Alabama. Is that good enough? Eddie M says, last super chat until Jeremy stops pretending to be straight. The Daily Specialist, Jerry, my attorney knows crypto. I just talked to him. He told me to tell chat to send real money to you, and he will explain. There you have it. There you have it. See, we got it all figured out. Shadow Sand says, these clankers coming for our jobs. Have Ryan to be the first to test it. Corey says, Ben Shapiro is Timu Charlie Kirk. Slain Hope says, BTC digital gold, Doge digital cash, ETH used to buy NFTs and shit coins. It's the dollar you put in to get tokens, ADA banking and bankless countries. I don't understand any of that, but thank you for trying. Tommy says, Ben Shapiro is Israel first. His social media popularity was brought on by the 2010s, a literal Israel psyop, not Republican, not America first. Your Army says, Baby Ben made Fuentes more prominent than anyone. I could not agree more. And there is something funny about that to me, that it's Ben Shapiro, his own actions are what has done more to elevate Fuentes than anything. It's his own actions. C Herb says, this reaction of Ben Shapiro was sponsored by Birch Gold. CG says, I think we can all agree that exchange between Kelly and Shapiro was highly entertaining. Megyn Kelly got even better since leaving network TV. She's really good. She's really good. Matt Frog says, Ben said, I sleep on a bed of money on Bill Maher's show. Did he say that? It sounds about right. Eddie M says, Shapiro is a fake America first pussy. Bird Up says, I saw Beardo vent in electrical. Beardo sus. The Under Armour Gamer says, I know it seems like a small issue, but I am going to keep banging the drum that Trump needs to do something about the judges. I don't know what he can do. You know what I mean? And I'm genuinely asking that question. Like, what can he do? Because I don't know the answer to that. What is this right here? Okay. Panic is ensuing after grand jury subpoenas John Brennan. Okay, here we go.
Tonight, just in the past few minutes, Fox News Digital is now reporting a federal grand jury has subpoenaed former CIA Director John Brennan, former FBI officials Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, as well as others. It is part of the Justice Department's investigation into the origins of the Trump-Russia probe. Sources say the trio were served with federal subpoenas today. Law enforcement sources also say up to 30 subpoenas will be issued in the coming days related to this investigation. We'll follow that.
Oh, boy.
Tonight, two New Jersey teenagers.
Oh, boy. Looks like we're having some fun. We're having some fun. It's getting interesting. Listen, man, Trump has a lot on his plate. He's done a really, really good job. But it's obviously, it's going to take time, but he has done a really good job up to this point. We're just going to have to see how the next, I would say 6 months are going to be very important. The next 6 months are going to be extremely important. But I would expect a lot. But going back to the judges thing, like, I don't know what Trump can do about these corrupt judges. Like, I mean, maybe in the long game he can do something, but like in the short term, I have no idea what he can do. I saw this. All right. Jeopardy X episode 3, guest starring Donald Trump, Gavin Newsom, and Alex Jones.
Welcome back to Jeopardy X with Don, Alex, and our newest contestant, Gavin, who gives me the creeps. Anywho, here are the categories. Leading off, we've got women in politics. What a mess, right? Followed by January 6th. Then we've got industry standard NPC catchphrases, followed by Creed lyrics, great band, one of my favorites. Then it's fake conservatives. We all know the type. And last, it's the N-word. A lot of words that start with the letter N, so keep that in mind. Gavin, you're up against some fierce competitors, but you select first. Go ahead.
Let's do NPC catchphrases for $400.
A favorite saying of NPCs in recent history: we're all in this together. Let's flatten this. Yes, Gavin?
What is the Pacific Palisades?
What an odd thing to say. Good Lord. Yes, Alex?
What is the curve?
That's the one.
This is amazing. Oh, goodness. By the way, somebody in the chat said Creed sucks. Stop. Creed is awesome, especially that first album from Creed. Dude, like every song on that album was awesome.
2 weeks to flatten the curve? Boy, was that a lie. What's our next category, though?
Let's do Creed lyrics for $600, Alex.
Hello, my friend. We meet again. It's been a while. Where should we this? Gavin?
What is fuck over the taxpayer?
What an airball. Yes. Don?
What is begin?
That's right. Don, you've got the board.
Women in politics for $800, Alex.
Now that's a body count. This lady politician was supposed to win the 2016 presidential election, and in the late 90s, her husband got fellatio in the Oval Office.
That'd be Hillary, a.k.a. Hill Dog. I mean, who is Hillary?
The judges are giving me a thumbs up. Also, I'm not sure if you've heard, but I think Hillary's had a lot of people murdered.
I'm well aware. Infowars.com, but let's go with January.
That's so Alex Jones. Getting the plug in there. I'm well aware. Infowars.com.
People murdered.
I'm well aware. Infowars.com, but let's go with January 6th for $1,000.
They called it an insurrection. They called it a threat to our democracy. They called it the worst thing that's happened to our country since 9/11. However, January 6th was this. Yes, Gavin?
What is an assault on trans kids?
Embarrassingly wrong. And I suspect that you're a pervert. Yes.
This is great. Who is this? Maverick Alexander. He follows me. I'll follow him back. Go follow this guy. This is great. This is great work right here.
And I suspect that you're a pervert. Yes, Don?
What is an unguided walking tour for unarmed senior citizens?
Perfect response. Don, go ahead.
Let's try fake conservatives for $800, Alex.
This South Carolina congressman has never heard of a war in the Middle East. He didn't want to fund. Also, he's a bit of a pole smoker and has a woman's name.
Easy money, Alex. Who is Lindsey Graham?
Bingo.
Did you see Alex Jones' face? Look at Alex. Watch Alex when Trump answers. The details. The details.
Name.
Easy money, Alex. Who is Lindsey Graham?
Bingo. Lindsey loves raw tube steaks and subverting the Constitution. Don, what's our next category?
Let's go with the N-word for $600.
Answer. Daily Double.
The fact that the Daily Double is over the N-word is amazing.
The Constitution. Don, what's our next category?
Let's go with the N-word for $600.
Answer. Daily Double. Don, what'll your wager be?
I'm all in, Alex.
This N-word used to be out of fashion, but it's making a comeback, and it's all the rage in some circles of political extremists.
Those are some nasty, nasty people who use that N-word. Very disgusting individuals. That N-word, however, is Nazi. Sorry, what is Nazi?
Nazis don't exist, but they call people the name to justify harming them. It's as clear as day to see the dynamic at play, unless you're retarded. Don, next category. Go ahead. Welcome back.
Holy crap, man. Well done. Well done. That was awesome. So that is from Maverick Darby, at Maverick Darby. Great job right there. So well done. I'm sure we can drop a link to his YouTube or his Twitter account right there. But well done indeed. Good stuff. Let me see. Sean Living Life says, I don't think Shapiro would debate with Tucker. PBD said today that Shapiro was scheduled to be on his show but canceled when he interviewed Fuentes. Really? I haven't heard that. Hold up now. Okay. So Patrick Bet David said that Shapiro was scheduled to be on his show, but he canceled when PBD interviewed Fuentes. Wow. Okay, that's funny. I have not heard that. Wow. There you go. Mods, if you can't get that link for Maverick Dart, here, I can get a link right now for him. Hang on just a minute, because I don't want to make the mods have to go do that. Let's see. Share. Let's see here. Let me get it, and boom. All right, let me drop it in the chat. There we go. Okay, man, got it. Okay, well, I'm gonna drop it anyway there too. But that's interesting right there. That's not surprising. That's not surprising at all. But that's interesting. I'll have to check that out afterwards. CG says Jackson ruled for Trump. I think hell froze over. It's pretty crazy. Sean Living Life says, I guess Liberty Prime ain't gay no more. Hail Liberty Prime. Don't be mad at me, man. I was just fucking with you. Bird Up says, regardless of what you may think of the Republican Party right now, the alternative is much worse. I live in a blue state. I'm living the alternative. Yeah, I hear you on that, man. I hear you. Matt Brock says, Miriam Adelson just dedicated $20 million to primarying Massey. This is more bad optics for the pro-Israel side, and she will fail. Money doesn't vote, people do. Yeah, I mean, Massey's got a following. I don't like Massey at all, but he definitely has a following. It's going to be tough to primary him. So Cam Man says, Jeremy doesn't see me confirmed. The Daily Special says, I'm from Chattanooga. If it wasn't good, fellas, you effed up. I'd have to look up the name of the place I went to. It was awesome though. It was really good pizza. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure says Zelensky and Netanyahu says have secured their European summer homes. More American tax dollars to Ukraine and Israel. That's not America first. The Laughing Halfren says, yeah, my third super chat. I don't know if it went through, but I'm going to stay positive. I got Anime Fest in the morning, so I'm going to try to get some pictures. I'll post them in Discord. God bless you guys. Hail to you, brother. Hope you have fun, man. I'd like to see some pictures. That's awesome. The Fresh 26 says you should check out Breathing Elon's Musk by Skybrows if you have not seen it yet. Where is it at? Is it on Twitter? Is it on YouTube? I'll check it out. If you want to send it to me on Twitter, I'll check it out. You can DM it to me. O Snake says Jeremy never recognizes me but knows he sees me. Tap a like. You said earlier you told everybody to tap a like. I saw you, O Snakes. You said earlier to tap a like. I'm always looking at the chat. I got the Rumble chat pulled up. I try to always keep my eye on the chat. It doesn't mean I see everything because it's impossible, but I try my best. By the way, I got to give a big shout out to Krista Beep Nova. This is her idea, okay? And I need to fund her a better old school camcorder. What she wants to do is she wants to go to theme parks around Orlando and do this on a much larger scale. Check this out.
Bringing a 90s camcorder to Epic Universe.
That is awesome. I'm about to mute it, but this is a cool idea, man. I mean, I love this idea. So I told her, I was like, look, we have to do this more. Like, if we could go record a bunch of stuff, and not just theme parks, but like if we could go to retro stores and all of that, like this is a hell of an idea. I love this. And you know, I think some other people have done it too, but like she's kind of like, she's really in this whole kind of like retro mode. She's been like that for a while. But this is a great idea. So, and having that, giving that perspective, what I would like to do is for her to vlog us going around doing stuff as well. I'll be in Orlando here soon, and we're gonna be doing a lot more work down there. So that was a really cool video. We have that posted on Park Hop and Twitter. So that's really good stuff, man. That was awesome. So shout out to her and the Park Hopping crew. Let's see. What is this right here? Oh, by the way, so this Sunday, let me see if I can find the clip because I did have it bookmarked. Gotta find it. I've got so many things bookmarked, and it's gonna take forever to probably find it. Let's see here. Oh, well, here's one thing. I have not watched this, but I saw the clip. So right here, Tucker talking about Dick Cheney with Megyn Kelly.
Dick Cheney died.
I knew him well.
How do you think he'll be remembered?
You know, probably. I mean, I'm just really loath to. I have great respect for death. I've seen a lot of it, and I'm opposed to it. I will just say that. And but I have reverence for it, and I just don't. It's if you're not like back on your heels a little bit in the face of death, and just acknowledging that there are mysteries no human mind can comprehend, and sort of humble in the face of it, then you're not really in touch with your best parts. You're not fully human. So I just don't criticize people when they die. And I will say one charitable thing, which he was an amazing fly caster, amazing. He could drop a dry fly in the top of a beer bottle at like 40 feet, which if you're a dry fly fisherman, and I am, is like ridiculous. Standing in a boat. So, and I've been hunting with him. Good shot when he wasn't drinking.
Damn. Good shot when he wasn't drinking. Yikes.
So, and I've been hunting with him. Good shot when he wasn't drinking. He did shoot Harry Whittington in the face. But like if that had been a quail and not a lawyer from Austin, I think the quail would have been dead. Harry took quite a few pellets from the 28 that day. Tough man. By the way, lived another 20 years. But he raised a really repulsive daughter, which I think is bad. And just on the downside, you know, I've got a bunch of daughters. They're just fine people, and I'm more proud of them than of anything in my life. And if I had a daughter, you know, like Liz Cheney, I don't believe in suicide, but I would consider it.
Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Woo!
A few pellets from the 28 that day. Tough man. By the way, lived another 20 years. But he raised a really repulsive daughter, which I think is bad. And just on the downside, you know, I've got a bunch of daughters. They're just fine people, and I'm more proud of them than of anything in my life. And if I had a daughter, you know, like Liz Cheney, I don't believe in suicide, but I would consider it.
Oh, wow.
Woo! There you have it. Yeah. Math Play says, I'm glad he's not being negative. Good Lord. That was absolute savagery on a next level. Holy hell. I appreciate it though. I don't really, you know, people that have been prominent figures, you know, I don't really like, you know, especially, I don't think it's good karma to dance on people's graves, especially immediately after they pass, no matter who they are or whatever. You know, there are exceptions to the rule. And it's like, if you look at the situation with, like, you know, George Floyd, the left turned him into a hero. And so a lot of people battled against that narrative because the left took this guy and turned him into a cultural hero. At least that's what they were trying to do. So a lot of people went against that narrative to offset the ridiculousness out there. But, you know, him dying is, I think, is not good. I'm not celebrating it. I never celebrated his death or anyone's death because I don't think that's good karma. But challenging the left and their bullshit, 100%. I am 1,000% guilty of that. With Dick Cheney, I took the same approach that the White House took. Just chose not to say anything about it, because if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I just have nothing nice to say about Dick Cheney. I have zero positive things to say about him. I will have the same approach with George W. Bush. I will have nothing to say because there's nothing nice to say. And so I just leave it at that. And so karma doesn't exist. I don't agree, but I know I'm sure the chat's probably 50-50. I believe in karma. I believe that when you put, good out there, that it comes back to you. And that's just my belief. I believe when you put good energy out there and you put good things for genuine reasons, I believe that stuff comes back to you in some way, shape, or form. And so, and maybe that's just, due to faith. I don't know, but I absolutely believe in karma. I believe in karma more than I believe in people being bipolar. But I'm not a doctor, so don't listen to me. So let me see where we're at. Chad Layton says, hail the 199 and finally able to catch a live stream. Been busy with work. Things are silly with the shutdown at the VA. Hail to Can Man. Mod lives matter. Hail to you, brother. Thank you. I'm glad you popped in, man. So thank you so much. Karma equals energy. Yeah, I mean, I say like, I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, I think saying that there's no such thing as karma is the same thing as saying that there's like no such thing as confidence. And it's like confidence is a real thing that can motivate you to do things, but it's not something you can prove. It's not something you can hold in your hand. It's not something I can show you. But when you have confidence, it gives you the ability to do things that you otherwise couldn't do. Just like for us guys, we all remember the one compliment we've gotten in our life from a female that wasn't our mother. And we will hold on to that compliment forever because we don't get many of them. We don't get many. So we'll be like in a moment where we need confidence. We're like, man, I suck. I can't do this. And then you go, you remember there was that one girl who said, you look handsome today. Dude, go out there and slay. And you're like, hell yeah. She totally wanted me. It might have been 10 years ago, but I totally got this. Women, I mean, you guys get compliments every day. Like after your 10th compliment of the day, you're like, leave me alone. Us guys, we hold on to that compliment forever. We're like, hell yeah, I can do it. But yeah, like even something like when you're watching, and I know a lot of people don't watch sports, but obviously I'll watch sports. Roll Tide, Bama, LSU tomorrow. But something that happens in a game, especially football games, momentum. Momentum is a real thing. And you can see it on the field when it's happening. You can feel the momentum shifting in a sports game. You can feel it in baseball, basketball, football, hockey. Like momentum is a real thing. You can't see it. You can't touch it. You can't feel it, but you can feel it. But you can absolutely feel it. And I feel the same way about karma. So, Laughing Haffron says, yeah, I don't know if you saw my other chat. I don't think you've read it. Again, God bless. I'm getting better and better with my boxing. Really need to work on my Muay Thai. Yeah, I read them. You read, that's like, that will be your fourth super chat, I think, Laughing Haffron. So you sent like 220, 320s. First two were two-parters. And then you got the third one and then that one. Yeah, I've gotten all of them. I've read them all. Mr. No One says, I fished with Cheney on the Snake River in Idaho when I was 19 and had no idea that it was the VP. Bro, just be happy you're alive. Dangerous stuff right there. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. TJ says that deserves the damn clip. You know what? We'll roll the damn clip just for the people that haven't seen it yet. Damn! Go! You know, it was interesting. I was, I don't know why I went down a rabbit hole of like watching some of my, not watching, but like clicking on some of my older CobraCast. And I was looking at the difference in how I look without hair versus, back then when I had my head shaved. And I'm like, dude, I look fucking terrible right now. Like I look absolutely terrible. My hair looks awful. Like, look at that shit. That is a lot of fucking hair. looks terrible. And for that reason, I'm not going to cut it. TJ, I got that one. Mod Eric says, Jeremy, say it with the chat and mods. I am not on Rumble chat. I am in Kick chat since I am not streaming on Rumble. I only said Rumble once, right? But it was because somebody in the chat said Rumble, and that's why I said it. But I've been looking at the Kick chat the whole time. And by the way, like, you guys have seen the Rumble chat. It's like boring, like the way that the design and everything. Whereas the Kick chat, I think the Kick chat is cool. See, look at the Kick chat. That's cool, right? It's pretty awesome. Got some personality to it. We got to add some stuff. I got to get with Krista. We got to add some stuff over there. But nothing is as beautiful as our lovely YouTube chat, okay? Nothing is as beautiful as the YouTube chat. We love the YouTube chat, don't we? We love it. Let's see here. Ronan Zero says, I just want to say there is hope for an IDOT in LA. I got promoted to manager position as a Republican today. Look at there. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. You said it again, you big fig, says Mod Eric. Did I? I'm getting used to it. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm streaming over there. Here we can we make, let's see. Is that better? Can you guys see that a little bit better? That's a little bit better, I think. But congratulations, Rona Zero. That's awesome, brother. That is awesome. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, whoever suggested Skybrows breathing Elon Musk made with Grok Imagine. I can't second this any harder. It's literally the best unofficial tech demo for Grok AI. Hard ASF 50 plus of its views are mine. Where is this at? Can somebody send this to me? Bird Up says, how many super chats to get you to style your hair like Wayne Static from Static X? I don't even know. Man, I'm not going to grift the hair that much, man. Like, listen, I could just cut this off at any point because I'm kind of getting tired of it. I am kind of, but at the same time, Hayden Wayne, I don't know if he's here right now, but Hayden Wayne, he said like, hey, you're just at that awkward phase. Just keep letting it grow. So I'm trying to stay motivated on it. Sean Living Life says karma is tied to the wheel of reincarnation. Obviously not real. Christ talks about reaping what you sow. This is more correct, not karma. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, whatever reason, I mean, people have different interpretations of what that is. But I just think that, I think that the more good that you put in the world, the more good that's in the world, and the more good that will come back to you and other people. That's just how I believe. Because if you're putting nothing but negativity in the world, then the world is going to become more of a negative place. And how I try to look at things is like, it's just like when you make, rules or things like that. Like, I remember, this is just an example, but one of the things that I always said was early on when I was on YouTube, and I would get a lot of requests for people to, like, they wanted me to share their GoFundMes and things like that. And it got to the point where I would get so many GoFundMe requests, and I'm like, I can't keep sharing these, because if I share, now I'm at a point where if I share one, then I open myself up to the next person saying, well, why didn't you share mine? And it becomes a thing where people are going to get this. So I had to make a rule. I'm like, my rule will be, I can't share any. I'm just not going to share any. Maybe if you're a family member or something, but like, I can't just have people send these, because I'm only going to be able to share one of every 50. And then 49 people are going to go, why didn't he pick me? Mine is more important. So the rule would be not to share any. That way it doesn't show like I'm biased or someone's going to get their feelings hurt. So it's like, consistency is the only way that you can approach that. And so my philosophy on the point I'm trying to make is that in the world we're in, what would the world look like if we all put good into it versus what would the world look like if we all put negativity into it? I want to fall on the side of what would the world look like if everybody was putting good into it. I think that's a pretty awesome place. What would the world look like if we put negativity into it? That would be Portland, and soon to be New York. So you can have a real good glimpse of what that will look like. So that's where I mean, like, I believe in karma from that perspective. Dragon Dan says, while karma isn't Christian, speaking as one, there's a handful of people who went against me big time without retaliating, and life happened to them bigly. Solo Felix says, Jeremy, yours a chat. Is that because the chat's on the screen now? Thank you so much, Dragon Dan. Well, and I'm sorry that happened to you, but looks like karma came around and got him. Elite Neo for 50 says, me thinks those dim victories on Tuesday are being blown way out of proportion just to blackpill us. So they won in predominantly blue areas. Big deal. Trump knows what he's doing and will take actions to course correct leading up to the midterms. I cannot agree with you more than right now. That is a perfect comment. And that's the way I started out my first stream after talking about this was, I don't think this is a big deal. I think people are blowing this out of proportion. And I understand the concerns, but they won in predominantly blue areas. Not a big deal. Guile Quint says, I ain't cutting my hair till the good Lord comes. I ain't cutting my hair till the good Lord comes. Arrive upon the mountain just to see what we've done. You making me think about Sons of Anarchy right now. One of my favorite shows and one of the greatest soundtracks in history. If you have not listened to the Sons of Anarchy soundtrack, you're missing out. One of the greatest soundtracks ever made and one of the greatest shows ever made. Mr. No One says he was pissed that his lures weren't working, asked us for some worms, ended up having a good conversation, had a few Coors and ripped some lips. No shotguns in sight. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Ministry says, YouTube Skybrows breathing Elon Musk. I don't know if I want to see this. I don't know what the hell you guys are showing to me, but I guess I'm going to look at it. All right, so let's see if I can pull this up. All right, here we go. Is this it? Breathing. Okay. I guess this is it right here.
Jackals dancing, don't ask why. Recycle rockets spark the sky.
Is this what I'm supposed to be watching?
Stars only grow fans. AI's hearts go out to you and I. And all the cyber trucks will fry. Turns out he packed this orange guy. Flamethrower feeds the Falcon thirst.
Elon's gone a little crazy with the AI girls on his Twitter account. He's gone a little. I mean, again, the animation is cool. I'm not even saying that the song's a little okay. I guess it's not great, but
now we're all breathing Elon's blood. Named his pit of cash.
Hey, JD Event.
He's building tunnels under roads. Neural lace in every skull. My virus time to go. AI and his raised are young. To meme or not, you know which one. He tweets a thought the markets cry. Gaming feats, now that's a lie. Optimus knows kung fu.
Was that
Asmongold?
Was that Asmongold? That was Asmon. Where'd that go? Hang on. Did I miss it?
He tweets a thought the markets cry. Gaming feats, now that's a lie. Optimus knows kung fu trust. We all ascend through Elon's thrust. Cities home on Martian shores. Robo bros do all the chores. Tunnels hum like sacred veins. Human dreams and solar chains. He's late again, but time.
The song's pretty catchy. Song's pretty catchy.
Time's a myth. He bought the moon and makes its glyph. The richest clown the rockets cuss. What's that smell? It's Elon's Musk. Cat grows cold in zero G. They worship memes religiously. The sky's a grid of Starlink threads. GPUs crammed in our heads. He has a vision, man, really cooks. Grok, imagine how sick this looks. It's looking like the budget's toast. The Epstein files are just a ghost.
Autism in the music video. Yes. Epstein files right there.
That old non-profit closed AI, leaving Elon high and dry. He sold his house but bought the sun for 20 trillion. Starships run enough to fight the Zuckerberg, Sam Altman and his Ghibli horde. So go get chipped, it's just a plus. If Elon said we surely must. Now breed, you fools, or we'll all die. Just salute and let the tism fly.
I missed, I still haven't really watched Nux yet, but I missed him, but I saw Asman. The animation's awesome. And the fact that that was made all in Grok AI is crazy.
It smells just like Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Oh, there's Trump. It's cool. I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna just drive around listening to this shit, but it's fine. It's kind of catchy. Not. I would rather just listen to the Sons of Anarchy soundtrack than this right here. There you go. So for anyone that's interested in that, it's called Skybrows Elon's Musk 8K. So what the fuck is that shit? Is on a playlist? I guess so. Well, I don't want to see that shit. But yeah. I guess if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I'm not really like I'm not gonna drive around and listen to that shit. But I'm glad you guys are into it. That's Fresh says I don't have Twitter, but if you can type it on YouTube, you will find it. Well, there you go. Just found it. Horror Amarada. What's up, Horror Amarada? Says, just saying hi because I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Let's see here. Elite Neo got that one. Vespian says, I just wanted to say, go Tigers. Fuck LSU. That's not music. That's literal noise and ear aids. It's fine. Did Elon share that? I don't know. I think Jeremy is disturbed by AI now. Well, what the fucking whatever that video was that it sent me to. Mixes our playlist. Let's see. Okay, well, whatever. Get off that shit. There was another video that I wanted to show you guys, and I gotta find it now in my bookmarks. Oh, right here. I forgot to talk about this. So, the #1 athlete in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, wants to meet Donald Trump. I talked briefly about this the other day, but now Ronaldo said that Trump is one of the people that can save, or what did he say? Save the world or change the world. And Ronaldo wants to meet Trump. They can't spin this one, bro. And again, I'm not a soccer guy. I know if you're going to call it football. I'm in America, okay? It is not football. It's soccer. I live in America, okay? So, right here.
With me this morning is actually sitting right next to me here
Yes.
in New York City. Do you think the Supreme Court's decision, no more gender X passports, you think that's good?
Can you believe that the Supreme Court has to weigh in on whether you can make the gender of your passport required? I mean, when you think about, I'm nervous already about all the things you have to go through the TSA, generally speaking, to be able to get on an airplane here. Security, knowing the gender of a person, seems kind of integral to the overall travel process. So I can't believe the Supreme Court has to weigh in on this, but Democrats are crazy on this issue, and so that's the result.
I find this very interesting. The soccer star, Cristiano Ronaldo, says he wants to meet President Trump. Watch this.
Now, again, just so people, because I know some people may not know, like, Ronaldo is the biggest sports athlete in the world. Like, he is, there's nobody bigger than this dude. And in the U.S., soccer is, I guess soccer is okay popular, but it's nowhere like it's kind of like how Formula One is. Like, Formula One around the world is massive, but here in the States, no one really pays attention to it. But worldwide, Ronaldo is the biggest star in sports, and it's not even close.
One of the guys that I want to meet. I wish one day, if you have an opportunity,
I can make that happen.
Make that happen, or tell him that one of the guys that I want to sit to have a nice talk. It was one of the guys.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. He's one of the guys that can change or help to change the world.
Well, there you have it. I got to say, Clay, it's very unusual to have a European sports star say something really nice about President Trump.
Yeah, but I agree. It should happen more frequently. But I do think this is part and parcel of young men in sports in particular gravitating towards Trump. I think they respect him. Here's my book where I write a lot about it, right? Since Butler, Pennsylvania, when Trump took that bullet in the ear and immediately stood up and said, fight, 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 I think it changed the culture of sport around him. Because the accusation against Trump had been that he was a lightweight, that he didn't really believe the fight that he was in and didn't care that much, right? That was the accusation that would be levied against him. Every man in America, and certainly every athlete, particularly those who put themselves on the line every day, when they saw him respond that way, I think it won men for the election. I think it won the election for Trump. And I think athletes in particular respond to that because he was in the arena and he was fighting. And you remember.
And listen, that's the day that Elon Musk, who's a smart guy, put his full support behind Trump, because Elon Musk knew that in that moment when Trump stood up there on that stage and said, fight, 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 Elon was like, I fully support President Trump, because he knew Trump was going to win at that point. Like, everybody knew Trump was going to win right then and there.
Remember, it wasn't very long after that, John Jones won the UFC belt. What did he do? He brought the belt to Trump. And then we saw soccer players Christian Pulisic, the best American soccer goal scorer probably, start to do the Trump dance. So many different football players in the NFL, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, everybody. And I think that's reflected here in Ronaldo. I think there's a great deal of respect for Trump among the athlete class.
I think Trump's going to be there at the World Cup next year.
For sure. He's going to love
present the trophy.
In fact, he's going to get an award from FIFA on December 5th, I believe. It looks like it. It's not official. But he's going to be there for the draw. And hopefully the United States does not get in that group of death, because we need all the help we can get to be able to advance.
Last one for you, Clay. The comedian Jon Stewart, he says the Democrats are in disarray despite their big wins this week. Watch this.
I think the Democrats are still a mess. I truly believe they're a mess, just because there is what this shows to me is, again, there is this underlying potential energy within the United States of America that is much larger than I think any of us could have imagined. And channeling that energy directionally will be the challenge for whoever wants to harness it. I still don't believe they're doing that.
Well, what does that mean for the midterms? If they're a mess now, there's a year to go to the midterms. What does it mean?
I think the biggest question for the midterms is, will Trump's voters show up? You know, in New Jersey and in Virginia, 600,000 Trump voters in each of those states didn't show up in 2025 that voted in 2024. Stat-wise, Trump got more votes in New Jersey and Virginia for president than the winning Democrat governor did, Spanberger and Sherrill, in this most recent election. So will the Trump young men voters, this is a big part, I'm going to hold it up, of what I've been on the road talking about this week. This book just came out, but it's all about how Trump mobilized young men. The question going forward is, are young men going to continue to be mobilized with Trump off the ballot? In other words, how much of the Republican Party resurgence with young men is the Republican Party, and how much is directly imprinted by Donald Trump? I think it is the trillion-dollar question as we look forward to 26 and 28.
Clay Travis, I think you're right. Thanks so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
You got a great show. I love.
And speaking on the sports topic, President Trump will be in attendance for the the Lions Redskins game.
Breaking news here. Sources are telling me that President Donald Trump will be in attendance for this Washington Commanders game in the afternoon against the Detroit Lions, and he will actually be there to celebrate the veteran celebration that's taking place at halftime. He'll be sitting in ownership Josh Harris's box, and he'll be excited to celebrate the hell out of the greatest sport on earth, American football. So that's breaking news as we do here live from a tunnel that the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
That's awesome. So that's going to break their brains. And of course, Trump has been pretty, he's talked about the Redskins name. He wants it back. I don't know if he's going to make any, argument about that, but that's going to be pretty cool to see him at the game Sunday. So Trump will be at the Lions Redskins game this Sunday, so that will be huge. The Commanders is what a fucking terrible name. Like, what a horrible name. I can't believe how bad of a name that is. But that's identity politics for you. Also, since we're on the sports topic, I have to say, Donald Trump, worst racist ever. Donald Trump pardons former Major League Baseball star Darryl Strawberry. Again, Trump has got to be the worst racist I've ever seen. He hates, black people, and he's a white supremacist. Yet he proves once again worst racist ever. I love Darryl Strawberry. I was always a fan of Darryl Strawberry when I was growing up watching baseball. So good stuff right there. So I didn't know he was going through anything either. But there's Trump showing you how much he is a white supremacist. So don't forget, tonight is the last night at midnight. I think you've got maybe an hour and a half. Jessica, does it end at Eastern or Central? But pre-orders end at midnight. So go get your merch. And then next week, we're going to be launching some new stuff. But hat, CobraCast t-shirt, 199 IDOT, and the online original. So 30 minutes. All right, 30 minutes. Golden Nugget says, here's my request to play the Twitch CEO song by Gucci something. Also very catchy and true. All right, I'm not doing this. Enough super chats came in. I'm not doing everybody sending requests of me reacting to goofy songs. But I'll look into it. Storm Shadow says, sometimes bad things happen. It's not karma. It's because you're retarded and make bad decisions. Roll Eagle, War Tide. I disagree, man. I disagree. The Royal Wee says, there is nothing more blackpilling than Republicans not wanting to win. We can hold all the cards, but they want business as usual in the filibuster. Republicans are stupid. JW says, hey, Jeremy, I deemed you on X about with a Bro Island concept. Oh, my God. I don't think I want to see it. Stonewall with a 199. Thank you. Charles says that we need a Butlerian crusade a few tens of thousands of years early. Nandy says, I asked Grok if Jeremy Griggs is a Mossad agent. It said yes. Clearly AI isn't perfect yet. As you are a massage agent, AI got a few years to go. Mr. No One says Chick-fil-A is doing the Lord's work 24/6. Zeke the Wise says, God bless Chick and Whataburger. Jonathan says, why does Ben Shapiro sound like Solarian from Mass Effect? Fallen Angel says, did not see that on my 2025 bingo card. Love Dog says, damn it, Jeremy. I love the curls. Sexy. Hey. That's a chick. It's okay. She can say that. Nips Litter says, we argue, we talk shit, but at the end of the day, we shake hands and agree to disagree. That's what life is all about. Monica says, hoping for a great game tomorrow. Boomer sooner. I can't believe that this dispute between Disney and YouTube TV is still happening, but it's still a thing. So I guess it's not going to get fixed. So whatever. Hey, Jeremy, can you play some Duran? I wish I could play music on here. By the way, here's the picture everybody's crying about. Trump, when that guy passed out. And Trump, like, how does he do it? The man has an ability to give you the most iconic pictures ever. How does he do it? Like, he's just so good at this, man. It makes no sense that he's so good. He's just standing there unbothered. He doesn't give a shit, dude. Oh, man. That is freaking great, man. It really is. By the way, I got to show this because if I think this is real, and I've made a few comments about this that I think, I said this on Friday Night Tights, but with like the Hollywood movie star, there is no such thing as a Hollywood movie star anymore. But I said like that IShowSpeed is a bigger star than anybody in Hollywood. Like, and I mean like any new stars that are coming out. Not like he's not bigger than Tom Cruise, you know what I mean? But IShowSpeed is a bigger star than anybody in Hollywood, any new stars in the next, it's been created in the last 5 or 10 years. And I saw this. Speed is a freak athlete. This dude is doing backflips. Look at this. All right. He's holding 10 pounds, does a backflip. All right. 20 pounds, does a backflip. This is insane. This dude is a freak.
Better hit that like a subway. Oh! I'm going to 60. Oh my God! 60 pounds! 60 pounds!
He does 70.
I'm gonna do 70 pounds. This is how much I got a backflip over. Y'all better hit that like a subway.
That is dumb. That is absolutely. He is a freak athlete, man. And he's the biggest star on social media. This dude's the biggest live streamer in the world. I know half of you probably haven't even heard of him, but he is the biggest live streamer, period. And dude has like people following him like he's a rock star. It's crazy. I think he's entertaining as shit. I when I first saw him, he would annoy me, but like he's actually really good. He's really funny. Let's see. What is this? Jimmy Kimmel reveals he told his son Trump got him suspended from his show. What?
Our son asked if the president had done this. And we looked at each other and we didn't quite know how to answer that question.
I think I said yes.
We did. We actually both said yes at the exact same time. We said yes.
Holy crap. That's the left right there. That's the left. That's your poster child right there. Lying to your children over TDS. Lying to your children over your Trump derangement syndrome. This is how far gone this freak is. Unreal. How are you that far gone? And the worst part of it is it could be one of the made up stories, but I don't believe it's made up from Jimmy Kimmel. I think Jimmy Kimmel 100% lied to his kid. I absolutely believe that. I believe it. I believe he just sat there and lied to his kid just so that his kid can hate Donald Trump. Yep, I believe it. Yikes. What a freak, dude. Tommy says, I'm MAGA, but Trump's wins are foreign so far. Little impact on young U.S. Republicans, causing a divide. Young Republicans don't want tax dollars to Israel. I agree with you. I agree. I think that, you know, but over the next 12 months, a lot of that narrative can change, but I don't disagree with your point you're making. Ministry of Frontiers, I apologize for hyping up that song. Certain members of the chat have informed me of my apparent alignment with homosexuality. It's not a terrible song. It's not a terrible song. Dark Red Knight says, that's the video I tried to get you to watch like a week ago. You gay retard. Eventually you got me to watch. So there you go. Okay. Can't get too mad at me. Oh yeah, I did have this. This is kind of cool to have that up while I was going over other stuff. So we can have that up while we're looking for other stuff. Let me see. What is this? Breaking. A defiant President Trump just told Chuck Schumer to shove it. He's never caving to Schumer's demands.
We have a shutdown, as you probably know, because the Democrats have gone, they're crazy. They're crazy. But
Trump just sets the tone. They're crazy. He's right, though. They are crazy.
They're crazy. They're crazy. But they don't care if they hurt the country. But we've approved it 14 times. We've approved opening up 14 times, and they keep rejecting it. And I guess maybe they will again. Let's see what happens. They want to have a lot of bad things happen, bad things for our country. We're not going to give $1.5 trillion to people that came into our country illegally. We're not going to do it. To people who came from prisons, they came from mental institutions, they're drug dealers. They want to give them medical care. We have a shutdown, as you probably know,
They're
because
crazy.
the Democrats.
I got to hear it one more time.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
I love how he puts that. Yeah, I mean, the shutdown will continue until morale improves. Simple as that. So that's the way it's got to be. You got to play hardball with these idiots. You can't let them off the hook because this is what they will do. They absolutely will do that. Let's see here. There was a meme I wanted. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's, you know what? I've seen a lot of people saying they don't like AI. Do you like AI now? There you go. Yeah, I know. AI still sucks, but that's good right there. That makes me happy. That should make everybody happy. I may have to make an exception for this as Godzilla's greaser. There's always an exception or two, right? You know? Oh, by the way, how about the fact that all of you are always like complaining, all right, about, gender swaps in media and all of that, all right? But why is it when you say that, yet then all of a sudden I see you guys are promoting it? My profile picture, and then Ann Jeanette does this, and suddenly everybody's for gender swaps. What's up with that? You guys just want me to make this my profile picture? Is that what you want me to do? Oh, man. And then I think, so I responded to Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is like, who are the most cracked YouTube strategists out there? Need some help with a project. And I said, put her on your thumbnail. You're welcome. And then Ann Jeanette posts this, and then I responded with that. I think where's it at? I saw where's it at? Maybe it's on the retweets. Maybe it's right here. Yeah, there it is.
These clothes will be up. Don't worry, guys. These clothes will be up for sale on my website in no time.
I hate AI too. I really do hate it. It's so annoying. Oh, we're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. It's all over. 20 minutes till merch is up, but we're going to end it there. Again, if you have not, please go over to Ripasend or geeksandgamers.com. Merch closes out in about 20 minutes. And then early next week, hopefully, we're going to launch the next stuff. And I can't wait for everybody to see this. Probably, I think we should shoot for Tuesday night's main event. That might be the best time to do it. And it will be good. It will be very, very good. So, I don't think I'm gonna do a gaming stream tonight. I gotta catch up on some other stuff. But I had fun last night. Fortnite was a lot of fun with the boys. So that was a lot of fun. But thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. And tomorrow I'll be live again tomorrow. And then I might try to do a gaming stream tomorrow night, depending on how late the Alabama LSU game runs. And we better hope Alabama wins, because I'm certainly not gonna do a gaming stream if Alabama loses, because I'll be pissed. Lady Aaron D says she's sleepy. Jeremy doesn't stream late. That's my thing. Yes, Can Man. I have to go support Can Man over on his channel. What up, Mo? How you doing, brother? But yeah, we will end with Sabaton. Pinned post is the merch link. You got 18 minutes till it ends. So I appreciate it, guys. This is for Kate. Congratulations on her promotion. You guys have a good night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.